Okay, so good morning everyone. Hope you guys are alright. Today I have someone to keep me company here. Elliot is with me on Discord. Anyone's free to join if you are online at the time. I know that a lot of us, most of us actually, are not online at this time. But you know, this is my preferred time of the day to start trading anyway. So maybe I should probably do a recap of the last time we streamed, because the last time was on Friday, and I mean, I don't think I could have asked for a better prediction of what happened. We were looking into this TR pocket drawn from the end of this move to its correction, which pointed to the 50% line of this 1 hour fair value gap. We touched 25x high block liquidation level, and from there on we basically came, after retracement, came practically straight down to the opposing TR pocket. So this was one of the levels that we wanted, essentially because it's one of the lows we were looking into that had a liquidity point before a fair value gap. I'm still convinced that we are going to drop more, essentially because I don't know if you guys remember, but let me see here. Yeah, so 62833 is a poor low on a TPO chart, and those candles really look like they need fixing. So I'm expecting us to drop more. However, currently we are in a reversal structure, and I'm not sure until when should we reverse. This is kind of what we're going to be looking at on several indicators now, several oscillators. The Asia high that we just made is already a bearish divergence, which is the first thing I just noticed. And if that is to happen, if we are to, for example, go straight for the Asia low right now, a point of interest for me would be this 1 hour BPR down here. So that is part of this 1 hour fair value gap. So if we are to continue upwards, I mean, that's an interesting level, and it's basically at the golden pocket, right? So that area is very interesting for now. I'm gonna put an alert down here before reaching it. just as a heads up. Actually, I don't wanna. Yeah, it could be this. In terms of targets, I would actually say that the easiest part of the liquidity curve created is already taken. Now, in terms of reactions, I guess we are reacting to that 1 hour order block zone. But this does look like one of those very easy to take liquidity curves. So it is very possible that we'll go a little bit further to the upside. It just now we have to be very aware that we could be in a range for a while. Not only the push to 74k was a big push, but this drop is also considerable. And for example, on the 1 hour, we can count 3 bearish moves very clearly, right? So we can do 1, 2, and 3. And if we are to have another small 3 pushes to the upside now, this can be the first one. And now we can correct, and we can have a second one maybe. But it'll probably, like today overall, will has the very strong potential of being a boring day, right? And actually, maybe quite a, considering what we have been used to during the past, I don't know, several weeks, we might be badly accustomed to having volatile moves. And there's a very high chance that we now range for a while, instead of having, 10k in like less than an hour. So let me see, in a lower time frame, we have taken some liquidity from Asia and now bouncing a little bit. This is still very much of a range price action, which is not ideal to trade right now. During Asia, this is a very easy liquidity curve to take. So I would actually like to see if I can short somewhere from here. But that is a very, very big area to give you pointers on. I don't see any order blocks that are yet to be mitigated, so this is not yet a zone of interest. I mean, I guess we can. No, that's already been used as well. So yeah, this whole section of price might be just an area where we basically just clear it. From there on out, let's do the Asia TR pocket and see where that points us to. Okay, so it's interesting because the 1272 points us right at the fair value gap that I mentioned. The upside level, let me see, what time frame is that valid on? Okay, this would mean taking out this London high. We gotta see if there's a liquidation level there. Um, 1 hour. Okay, so the thing is, this area it does have an order block on several time frames, and for example, this is the 1 hour, but it has been used already. It was mitigated. So I'm not too keen on using that section of price. In fact, to be honest, I'm not too keen on using any of this price action. I do like this 1 hour order block here, and just from the looks of it, what my preferred price action would be something like this. Simply because I see all of this as a curve to be taken. I don't see anything that I can use as, for example, an order block with a fair value gap yet to use, or any liquidity point that is, for example, stacked like equal highs. I don't see any of that there. This seems like a good low to hold, so I guess I'm mostly interested in that fair value gap below. And besides that, yeah, maybe take us up to that 73,356 TPO naked point of control. So just looking at price action, that's my points of interest, but let's go through our normal checklist. Update liquidation levels, and clear the things that are no longer interested in the chart. We can get rid of this TR pocket. Do keep in mind that this Fibonacci extension that we did from the supposed first wave, the first move, it points us to a 7-day heat map level, which is 57,900. So if we are to range, I would like to see something like a liquidity grab into an order block, and that block over there, that 1 hour order block, kind of fills that purpose pretty nicely. Okay, so I want to use this, that will stay. I guess we can still include this support resistance zones over here. And this support and resistance zone was so well used that I'm gonna keep it as well, because it might be areas of support and resistance flip over time. I totally forgot to check the sound. I just noticed that music might have been too loud. Sorry about that if that was the case. In any case, let's update everything then. So let's see. It's interesting also to mention that all of the liquidation levels that I'm gonna mark out, which are the biggest ones in terms of the money they represent, all of them are low leverage. All of them, without exception. Okay. Liquidation levels right on TR pockets, that's interesting. So 64018. Oh, I have that already. That's old. And now 63484. 62828. Okay. Massive concentration of liquidation levels at the poor lows that I mentioned, so I really want to find a short to go there. And now to the upside. 7870. There's one level that I don't have marked out because I couldn't get the exact level on Hiveblock, but I'm gonna take a look to see if I can pinpoint that out. 73,100. 73. Sorry, 74. 351. And 75, 27, 257. Okay, so these ones up here, they will probably not matter. If we are to range, I'm guessing they won't make much of a difference because we'll probably not get there. But at least a 70,870 liquidation level is a target if we get a long, and if we get a short, my main point of interest as a take profit is 62,833. Possibly going lower than that, but that would be the main point of interest. So it is interesting that we have two liquidation levels right on the Asia TR pocket. Now let's also do the Asia TR pocket to the London correction that just happened. Yeah, and that takes the 618 deviation to the fair value gap anyway. So overall, the fair value gap zone is a point of interest, and I'm gonna guess that actually let's do a TR pocket from the absolute low to the current correction. Okay. I like that as well because it takes us directly to the 1 hour order block I was talking about. And to the downside, it takes us to the poor lows and support resistance zone that I wanted to target. Keep in mind that this gray box, these gray boxes are support and resistance zones, price where levels of price that were proven to be a place where price has done a lot of reversals or wicks, things like that. Especially this more thin one was super interesting, coming back down from here. So yeah, I guess this is essentially it. Now we're back to those waiting games, I guess. But these two TR pockets, I'm gonna keep them. I'm gonna keep this one extended and this one not extended for the time being because otherwise it's too many lines. And now it's just time to mark out liquidity zones. Oh, I do have to update these folders. Okay, this is our liquidation levels. All-time high. Okay, it's just an alert there. Now let's take a look at EXO. Elliot, what's up? Any news? I saw that the short went out. Yeah. SPX is going back for it, apparently. So completely ignore that bearish div then. I guess that order block was king, huh? We just tapped into that Asia TR pocket. But at this point it just seems like it wants to go higher. But taking out Friday's previous day high, it might start diverging soon. Which is this green line over here. It's super close. So would be interesting to see it, you know. No. Just gonna mark out some liquidity points. And we turn this into a waiting game basically. Should also check if we have single prints and TPOs. Okay. Exo. Single print at 7722. Actually, let me do it with boxes. Two. Oh, sorry. 7745 to 7737. Wow, that's a small one. Fuck that. Might as well just use a line. So that was a single print that we almost filled, basically. $78.15, $71,313. So yeah, essentially just before the block. This one doesn't really matter then. All it matters is to fill the single prints. So TPO, I think I already have it marked out. No, I don't. So this is a new one. $72,897. So probably it shifted. Yeah, in between the time that I marked it out. TPO POC next to a liquidation level, okay. More. I think that then is the things that I already had marked out. So essentially nothing new. I am, however, going to mark out these stacked imbalances on the 30-minute chart. Only below though. So there's one here apparently. 75,895. 65,895, sorry. It's the BPR basically. $69,604. I was thinking if I should mark this one out, but might as well. 71,579. One hour order block. and then it's the all-time high. The all-time high has green stacked imbalances in a lot of them. So I guess we'll come back soon enough. Yeah, I was saying that the all-time high has a lot of stacked imbalances, and price has a very high tendency to come back for these when they're grouped up like this. So we'll come back. Whoever's spot holding, rest assured. Now you might experience some pain before, but we'll come back. Yeah. Especially if you bought there. That's on you. Sorry. Oh yeah, so yeah, this single print was taken as well. Another thing. Yeah, essentially it's looking nice for us to it's looking nice for us to go down. I'm not sure where to. I have theories, but they're all, they're all just that. They're just theories. Well, they'll always just be theories. Interesting. But yeah, it's a waiting game, guys. Now it's a waiting game. Um, so I'm just gonna have on the screen the things that I think are interesting enough. I mean, I guess I don't need those guys in the same folder as the supply and demand. I know they're there. So yeah, leaving the liquidation levels. That's just an alert, so I'll hide it. Elliot, just wanted to show you an example of why it's important to do all of the checklist. For example, I was just looking into this TR pocket as an overall zone because it's the Asia high to the Asia low. The end of the move to the correction, the main one. And for example, the where is that? Did I had it? Okay, the Asia high to the Asia low didn't really take us to anything interesting, except if you look at the BPR and now the stacked imbalance. So what I want to say with this is, if I didn't go through all of the checklist, I wouldn't actually notice that this 272 is on a stacked imbalance, and that, for example, from Sunday's low to Sunday's high, I wouldn't notice that the 618 is at the 1 hour order block and another stacked imbalance. So this is why you should always do them as a checklist, because it's when you add them up that they make more sense, you know. Until then, you're just like, yeah, why would price stop there, you know? You don't really see a reason. But in this case, it makes sense to just recover imbalances and then retrace. And then in this case, would make sense to just recover these imbalances, maybe clear the entirety of the BPR, for example, and start diverging around here, and maybe after taking the liquidation level at 65,562, something like that. But this zone is interesting, and those zones above are interesting as well. So yeah, I'll leave this as is for now. Now let's see what's happening otherwise. Okay, Euro USD took the previous day high from Friday. That's a massive div. But these are equal highs though. Very equal actually. Yeah, man. This guy was really king. This sort of block was kind of perfect. To be honest, I'm not even too used to seeing order blocks being respected this nicely. Just as an order block. Since we're just paper trading, I might just take a swing at this, even though I wouldn't on a normal basis. But I would like it to sweep it before the S&P is still lingering around here. I think the S&P makes sense to just continue up. It liquidated these people here. Which also means coming back to the TR pocket. And essentially it was also a 1 hour block. So the concept looks good in terms of continuation theory. I'm still under the impression that we can go down, but the S&P doesn't really care too much about going down. Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of times, for example, if this was Bitcoin, I would be looking, for example, at these guys and think, like, hell nah, it's coming back for that sooner or later. And it might, right? It might still. It does have some crazy moves sometimes. But um, just in terms of actual day trading, this, like, why not? Took liquidity, it's just a continuation. And again, doesn't even need that idea of coming back for liquidity, because it will, if it is going for liquidity, I'll just do it some days later. Because again, this is not Bitcoin. Um, but you see here, by the way, 3 times where the sessions acted as a perfect PO3. Do you notice? Like accumulation, manipulation, expansion, accumulation, manipulation, expansion. It's kind of textbook. This can be another example of that, even though this is much trendier. Doesn't really look like that. But I also guessed that if it is, we'll see an example of that. And maybe this order block was all that it needed, to be honest. Maybe it's not coming back for what we marked out. Let me see a volume profile of this. Up until it broke. Uh-huh. You see here? If it continues up, I'm not surprised at all. Um, it's a high volume node of this whole section of price. Even if I just include it to here, just to this low, so just this downtrend, the high volume node is still at the same place, and in that regard, it was a perfect reaction. Just too bad I'm only seeing it now. Is what it is. Gold is still possible to come to that FVG, in my opinion. It is making a bearish div. Yeah, I'd really like Euro to take out those highs. It's just lingering there. Take out those highs and maintain the div from the first one. So it would have to maintain a div from this guy. pretty sure this is gonna be a slow day, or at the very least a slow London session. I'll take a look at other coins soon, while the alerts don't go off. Yeah, you see, for example, EuroCAD this morning was what I usually do on Bitcoin. Look at this. Divergence from here. And this is actually an alpha block. Well, actually, the entry would have been there. And by the way, this is one of those examples that a block can be used more than once. But now, after breaking market structure, I wouldn't reuse it. But damn, this is going nice, huh? Yeah, EuroCAD is interesting. I like it. Is it really not gonna take those highs? The GPY seems like it would fuck me up a lot of times. For example, from here, see here, you have the div. Oh, it's the mailman. Yeah. Let me just mute myself for a bit. Okay, she's chill. I was gonna say regular bullish there, market structure shift, and it still comes down, right? Um, then these are equals, still valid as a bullish div. Actually, there are not 100% equals. They they go up a little bit. And then yeah, you would get another market structure shift and use this area, I guess. But I've seen like these fake outs a lot of times. Mhm. I was looking at GBP USD. Look at this. Exactly. That was a matrix glitch right there. Crazy. Look at how the candle looks there. What the fuck? Maybe news? I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to do TA on that candle because, like, should I consider it? Or should it be like it doesn't exist? Because this one looks interesting to take out Asia low, and because it took Asia high, right? So after that, reversing to come back for this fair value gap. It's a 1 hour fair value gap. It hasn't been tested. It makes two of us. Eurocat going nuts. That's a challenge right there. Almost, yeah. 944. Man, I'm kind of baffled by this. Not taking those. It's weird. I should probably also do what I usually do on Bitcoin in terms of marking out liquidity points. I'm gonna do it here too. See how it pans out. We have equal lows down there. Oh, they're not. It was a very slight SFP. Right? Right, guys, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna be sharing some trading setups on the Discord if you guys want to check out. Um, and you know, swing by, come and say hi. We'll talk later. All right, see ya.